70% of women report significant stress during pregnancy. Let that land for a second. If you're pregnant right now, you don't need a statistic to tell you how heavy it can all feel. Maybe it took you a long time to get here. Maybe this baby came sooner than you expected. Maybe you've walked through loss, financial strain, a traumatic birth before, or you're just trying to hold life together while your body is doing the biggest job it has ever done. Extreme stress in pregnancy is not in your head. It is very real, and it's absolutely valid. The hard truth is that most of us can't just opt out of stress. We can't quit our lives, cancel all responsibility, or tie everything up in a neat little bow until the baby arrives. So why are we even talking about it? Because there is something called fetal programming, and the way your nervous system responds to stress during pregnancy actually helps shape how your baby's nervous system is wired. Now that might sound a little scary at first, but I promise this conversation is not about blame or guilt. It's about understanding and about hope. In this video, I'm talking directly to the pregnant moms who feel like they're doing everything right and you're still living in constant fight or flight. We're going to walk through how the umbilical cord isn't just delivering nutrients, it's about delivering information to your baby's nervous system. We're going to talk about why so many women report high stress during pregnancy, how that plays into what we call the perfect storm for kids' health, and most importantly, what you can actually do about it. You're going to learn how neurologically-focused chiropractic care helps shift your body out of survival mode and into regulation, so your baby can grow in a calm and supported environment as possible, even when life on the outside is anything but calm. When we talk about fetal programming, the first thing we have to understand is that your nervous system is literally teaching your baby's nervous system how to operate. So the umbilical cord isn't just the delivery system for nutrients, it's actually the communication line between your body and theirs. So when your stress hormones stay elevated, those signals don't stay in your body. They cross the placenta and reach your baby's developing brain. So their tiny nervous system is learning from yours in real time. If your body is stuck in that sympathetic fight or flight mode, your baby reads that as normal. So think of the nervous system like the air traffic controller for every other system in the body. If the controller is panicked and overwhelmed, the entire system becomes disorganized. That's exactly what stress does inside a developing baby. Now, research published in Development and Psychopathology even found that babies born to mothers with the highest stress levels showed dramatically higher stress reactivity. These infants were more easily upset, they were harder to settle, and had a much harder time recovering from stress. Their baseline was already set before they ever took their first breath. And this is where fetal programming becomes so important to understand. During pregnancy, your baby's nervous system is setting its long-term patterns. Chronic stress shapes structures like the amygdala. That's the part of the brain that's responsible for processing fear and threat, making it larger and more reactive. The HPA axis, which manages the body's stress response, it becomes wired for a quicker, more sensitive trigger. It's like trying to build a house on a cracked foundation. You can remodel the walls and repaint the rooms, but the instability underneath will always show up somewhere. Your baby's foundation is being built right now, and chronic stress creates those cracks long before birth. Even the vagus nerve, that's the main pathway for calming, digesting, resting, connecting, develops its tone during pregnancy. If that vagal tone starts off weak, it can influence digestion, heart rate, inflammation, immune function, emotional expression, sensory processing, and social engagement as your child grows. That's why research consistently connects high prenatal stress with higher rates of ADHD, anxiety, sensory processing disorders, allergies, asthma, and other chronic issues. These outcomes aren't random. They're patterns created during fetal programming. This is also where we see the earliest stages of what we call the perfect storm. For many women, the stress didn't start with a positive pregnancy stress. It started years earlier through fertility challenges, IVF cycles, repeated losses, hormonal swings, financial pressure, medical appointments, and the emotional weight that builds with every step. By the time pregnancy finally happens, many women are already running on fumes. Then pregnancy brings its own layer: physical discomfort, fear about the baby's development, anxiety about labor, old trauma resurfacing, work deadlines, household responsibility, and financial strain. Your baby is developing inside of all of this. And the thing no one tells moms is that those patterns don't just magically disappear after delivery. Babies don't grow out of nervous system dysregulation, they grow into it. What starts as colic at a few weeks old often turns into constipation or reflux a few months later. That becomes sensory sensitivity around toddlerhood, which becomes attention challenges closer to school age, and anxiety as the child gets older. It's the same nervous system stress pattern, simply expressing itself differently as the brain matures. But here's the piece I want every mother to hear clearly. You are not powerless in this. You can't remove every stressor from your life, and no one expects you to. But you can change how your nervous system responds to that stress. You can shift it out of the chronic fight or flight state and create a calmer, steadier, more regulated internal environment for both you and your baby. Neurologically-focused chiropractic care works at the level of the nervous system itself, the foundation. So gentle, specific adjustments help release the tension patterns that keep your body stuck in survival mode. When that interference eases, the nervous system finally has the space to shift, adapt, and to settle. And we don't guess. Insight scans give us an objective data on how your system is functioning. Heart rate variability shows us how well you shift between stress and calm, and SEMG shows us where your body is holding muscular tension and compensation. Our neurothermal scans tell us where communication along the nervous system is disrupted. These scans allow us to track how your nervous system is changing over time, often before you consciously feel the difference. When your nervous system begins regulating more consistently, your baby learns from that. Pregnancy is the window where the blueprint is drawn. What happens during these months shapes not only your pregnancy experience, but your child's long-term health, their resilience, and their adaptability. And that's why this conversation matters, because even in a stressful world, your body can become a place of calm and safety. And your baby can learn that rhythm from the very beginning. Your baby's nervous system is being wired right now in real time through yours. Every day, your body is teaching your baby's body what normal feels like. The choices you make in this season, especially the ones that support your nervous system at the root, can shift your child's health trajectory for years to come. You have far more influence than simply trying to avoid stress. The real power is in helping your body adapt to it, so your baby can learn calm and resilience instead of constant survival mode. If you're listening to this and thinking, this is exactly what I've been looking for, I want to invite you to take the next step. If you're ready to support your nervous system and give your baby the healthiest start possible, click the link in our bio send us a message or give our office a call. We would be honored to walk with you, explain how our neurologically focused approach works, and how you can build the calm, steady foundation your baby deserves.